Hello class, I'm glad to be with you again. We would like to continue with our lessons as usual. I remember last time when we broke up, we had learned about letter writing. We discussed about letter writing, we learned how to write personal letters, we also learned how to write official letters. And again here, we want to look at another topic. And that topic is going to be examinations. Examinations. Under examinations, we are going to look at how we can prepare for examinations. And that is called the preparations for examinations. We want to look at our subtopic, preparation for examinations. As a candidate, you are required to be prepared for your examinations. And there are various things that you can do as a candidate to prepare for your examinations. Here, in our subtopic, preparations for examinations, we shall need to look at some words under the subtopic. One of the words I would like us to look at is timetable. Timetable. As a candidate, you will find that when you're preparing for examinations, you need to make your own timetable that can guide you on how you can revise for your examinations. You revise your books basing on your timetable. And even towards your examination, you are given the timetable. So you need to know what the word timetable means. Here we shall say, timetable is just a schedule. A timetable is a schedule showing a day, showing a day or time, showing a day or time when a test, we can say a test or an exam. For this case, an exam is to be done. So it is just a schedule showing you that day and also time. When will it be done? It's okay here. It's okay here. When will it be done? When will you do that examination? When will you do that test? Apart from knowing the meaning of the word timetable, you also need to know the plural form of the word timetable. Because if we have one as timetable, what about many? Many, we shall have timetables. That means we shall add letter S. In the word timetable, we shall add letter S to form its plural form. It's very important to you, for you to know that as a candidate. Then apart from knowing its definition and the plural form, you also need to know how to use the word timetable in a sentence. For example, I can have my simple sentence, because you are advised to write just a simple sentence, don't write something very complicated. I can say the timetable, timetable for our examination, for our examination is likely to be out this Monday. The timetable for our examination is likely to be out this Monday. So our keyword here is timetable, because we are looking at the word timetable, and this is how we can use it in a sentence. Apart from this sentence, you can also form your own quick sentences, as many as you can. Then the other one we need to look at under exam preparations for examination is instructions. Instructions. You find that the word instructions is an abstract noun from the verb instruct. It's from the verb instruct. And now, when we treat it as a verb, and we are saying instruct, that means you can form as a words from this word here. When we say now, we want to look at different tenses here, you'll find that we can have the word instructing. Instructing. This one now has a present continuous tense. For example, we can say, John is instructing the pupils to sweep the compound. Instructing. Then we can also have another tense, instruct. Instruct. Like we can say, I always instruct children to write well. Then you can also say, she always instructs. This one calls the use of S. Instructs, because you're talking about singular subjects. Instructs. Then the past tense, instructed. The teacher instructed us to write well. The past tense and the past participle here are the same. Instructed, we can also say, John has instructed. The teacher has instructed. They have instructed. But now, what does the word instructions mean? You find that instructions, these ones are detailed information. It means that detailed information on how something, can be done or used. That's the meaning of the word instruction. Just detailed information on how something can be done or used. For example, if you're given to do something, you have to be given the instructions. The set of instructions show you how you're going to do that work you've been given. If not the work, how are you going to use something that you have? Those are the ones we call instructions. And we have also looked at other words. We have instruct. We say the word instructions is an abstract noun from the verb instruct. And we have seen other words like instructing. We have also seen instruct. Then we have seen instructing. But we can also have an instructor. An an instructor, meaning now the person, someone who's instructing you to do something. That's what we can say about instructions. So if we want to make a sentence here, we can say the candidates read the instructions. The candidates read the instructions carefully. The candidates read the instructions carefully. You can have other sentences using the word instructions. So you find that among the things you need to know when you're preparing for your examinations is this word, instructions. Then the other word we also need to know about, the third word here you need to know about is signature. Signature. When we look at the word signature, this word is an abstract noun. The word signature is an abstract noun from a verb sign. When you have the word sign, this one is a verb. You remember a verb is a being word. So now when we say sign, that means I can also have the word signing. I can have the word signing as a present continuous tense. Then I can also have the word signs. The words like signing, we have the word signs. These are other words from the word sign. Then we look at the past tense and the past participle, which is sign. So you find that it's from this verb. It's from this verb, sign, where we get the word signature, being the abstract noun. And you look at it spelling, mostly this letter N here, this N then A. Sometimes we make mistakes and we put here I, according to the pronunciation. So these are the other words. But now, what does the word signature mean to you? The word signature here simply means your name as you usually write it. It's your name as you usually write it. So in your paper of examinations, when you're doing your exams, there's always that space provided and you find the word signature. We always encourage you to write your name. Only that the difference is you begin your name with a capital letter. Begin the name with a capital letter, then the rest will be the smaller letters. For example, if your name is Okello, so my name, for example, here is Okello. I begin with capital K, capital O, then small K-E-L-L. O, Okello. If Okello John, capital J, small O, small H-N, Okello John. So that's my signature. We are saying it is just your name as you usually write it. That is the meaning of the word signature. Apart from knowing its meaning and other words, like you've known the origin of the word signature, you also need to know how to use it in a sentence. You can just write a simple sentence. For example, I can say, John forgot to write his signature. Put your full stop. The keyword here is signature. But our sentence is John forgot to write his signature. Meaning that John was given that paper of examination, but problem, because of panic, he was not able to identify that area and he forgot to write his signature. John forgot to write his signature. You can also have very many sentences. You can say the stapled board forged the head teacher's signature. That's also another sentence you can have. There are many sentences you can have from this word here, signature. So you have to know its meaning, signature, then the other words, and probably the origin of that word. We are saying it's an abstract noun from the verb sign and other words that come. We also have another word we want to look at. We have another word that we want to look at in our subtopic preparation for examination, and that word is index number. Index number. On your paper of examination, you will find a space provided for this index number. And the index number, this one is the number given to a candidate. It is just a number given to a candidate. A number, it is an identification number given to a candidate. And in this index number, it also shows you, let's look at the number of a candidate it includes the number of a candidate and also the center number. We can say a number of the center. For this case where you sit your examination, you will have a space for this indexing number. And in that space, you write your number, your particular number of the candidate, and then there will be also the number of the center. That's what we mean by index number. Now, when we look at these two words, index number, at times when we are giving its plural form, it tends to disturb us. But let us separate and we see. Let's begin with the word index. The word index, we can have its plural in two ways. The first form, you can just decide to add es to the word index, so that you will have indexes. That one we mark. Then also another way is whereby you remove, you drop ex and you add ICES to form the word indices. This one changes it from the original word. That's how you form the plural form of the word index. Then in number, of course, number, this one is very okay. You just add letter S, number, numbers. But now, when we are making its plural form as a compound word, we shall say index numbers. That means we shall only add letter S to the word number. We shall not consider the first one. So we shall say index numbers, meaning many now. Don't say indices or whatever indices, what? No, just say index numbers. You form its plural form. Remember, we are saying it is your identification number. It shows shows you the number of the candidates and the sitting center. That's the word index. You can also have some sentences using this word index number. Then also, you also need to know another word like, that's the fifth one, examination room. An examination room, it's just a room where an examination, we can say a formal test, is done. For example, at school there you have your classrooms. When you have been allocated a particular classroom, that is your examination room. We are saying this word is a compound common noun. Why do we say it's a compound common noun? You look at it, there are two words. There is the word examination and then there is another word room. So together we say examination room. And we are saying it is a room where exams are done. That's where you write your exams from. And now let's look at its plural form. The plural form of examination room is examination rooms. Examination rooms. Being a compound common noun, we make its plural form by considering the last word. And the last word here is room. So we add the letter S to the word room to form the word examination rooms. Remember we have said it is just a room where examinations are written. Then you can say, if you are writing your sentence, for example, you can say the examination room was well spaced. The examination room was well spaced. We are looking at the word examination room. So when we say the examination room was well spaced, it means that each child had enough space. There was enough space between maybe child A and child B. We always expect the examination room to be well spaced, not crowded. That's how you can make your sentence, and there are other sentences you can make from the word examination room. Then we also have another word that we need to know, and it also comes from the word examination, and that is the examination center. Examination center. This one is also a compound common noun because it has two words. There's the word examination and then there's the word center. This one is just a place. A place. We can call a place. If not, we can say a school. A school where a formal test is held. If we don't want to say a test, we can say where examinations are held. A place or a school where examinations are held. So the center, that one is a place where you go to sit for your examinations. Like we formed the plural form of the word examination room, even the word examination center will only take letter S in the word center to form its plural form. So if we are forming the plural form of examination center, we shall say examination centers, referring to many places where examinations are being done. Now, you can write a sentence having understood the meaning of the word examination center. You can write many sentences from this word examination center, or you can write in plural examination centers. So, having looked at these words, the meanings and the origins of some words, we can have an exercise from those words. One of the activities we shall do in this text, we shall have the plural form. We shall look at the plural form and you form some plurals using them. Then you will also have to make some sentences. Having understood their meanings, you can write some simple sentences using simple English. Remember, using the correct grammar, the correct punctuations, and you make some sentences using those words. And then we shall also look at the opposites of some of those words in the next lesson after we have done the activity that you will do in the work you're picking next week. Thank you very much. Be safe and take care.